Good greetings, I'm Rusty Dog. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Guys, what am I doing? What am I doing? Rusty Dog. Welcome to Microsoft Flight. Right. Is that sound in the sim? Yeah, it is. Okay. Welcome to whoever's watching or not watching. Thomas Hughes TV. Jeffrey Montegrifo and Old Peculiar. Hi Rob, welcome. Okay, so let's get right into this one because it's gonna kill me. Okay, so finally after quite a while of waiting, a few months I would say, I now have in possession the Aersoft CRJ550 and Aersoft CRJ700 plane, which has been out for a little while, and I've been wanting to get hold of it, and now I have. And I also got hold of Gatwick Airport. I got a scenery of Gatwick Airport, which won't be shown today, but hopefully the next time I'm at Gatwick I'll be able to show that. It's far better than the standard one in the game, as you can probably imagine. So today is a test of my patience because I know how this flight should go, but that doesn't mean it's going to go that way. So there's certain sequence of starting up this plane. I'm new to this plane, so I'm still learning it, so I will be making mistakes, not deliberately. But they will happen. I will appear flustered. I will appear lost on many occasions. Yeah. Deo977. Hey, what currency do you want it in? And Humble Monk. Hey, Humble, how you doing? So this plane is pretty much, I would say, study level. Is it study level when just all the switches work? I guess so. It's an amazing aircraft, but yeah, there is still. I think I'm going to be able to get it started up and rolling. It's just it seems to me that you have to do things in a very specific sequence in order for the crew to work, because it does have a crew voices, and they go through all this passengers boarding, and the passengers are all on board, captain, and all this stuff, and then they do the flight briefing. But that only occurs, it seems to me, if you don't miss any steps out and you do the steps in the right way. Because the last flight I tried with this, I got the voices of the passengers coming on, but I didn't get the safety briefing as I was taxiing down the runway, which you're supposed to get. So there may be some audio that this plane has that we miss out. So I apologize in advance. If we get everything right, it'll work. I do have a checklist I'm going to try and follow. I'm going to try and do that. Euros. Oh, I don't know. Probably around 45 for the plane. It's 50. Oh no, wait a minute. Well, it's $51 or euros. It's 42 pounds. I know that. It's 42 British pounds, this plane. It's not one of the cheaper ones, but it is Aersoft, and you get what you pay for. This plane is, yeah, it's pretty kitted out. Trust me on this one. Yeah. Hey, Steve Zodiac, how are you? Nice to see you here as well. Yeah, my only saving grace, I think, with this is that not many people watch the flight sim stuff, so I don't have to make too much of a fool of myself. Maybe I'm making too much of it. Maybe I'll just, maybe it'll all go swimmingly and we'll all be good. The other thing is I'm going to be using SkyVector for the journey to plot the flight plan, which is something I haven't used much in the past, once or twice, but certainly not to the level I'm going to use it now. I would have used SimBrief, but for some reason, despite me following all the instructions to the letter, and double checking myself and triple checking and quadruple checking myself that I've done everything right, and I have, it will not load in this particular flight plan into the MCDU. I don't know why it just won't. I have tried with other preset flight plans that comes with the plane. They load in fine. I've done everything the same way, and this particular one from Austin, Texas to Baton Rouge in Louisiana, it just won't load it up. So we're gonna have to do it manually. Yeah, this is in at the deep end, guys. For me, I am setting myself up for a fall on this one. So I'm expecting the journey to be around an hour and 20 minutes. It'll probably take 3 hours to start the plane up. No, I'm just kidding, but hey. Freaky deaky dude, you are taking us on a trip today. I am, yes, but you can't get on board until I open the doors. So anyway, let's take a quick look around the plane. As you can see, it brings its chocks. I don't know whether it's milk choc or dark choc, but they're definitely there anyway. And as you can see, guys, I mean, this plane's been out since March? I don't know. I remember when they were first working on it. It was the first study level plane coming to Microsoft Flight Sim. They were working on it, and it finally got here. But it was the first one I saw in progress anyway. And as you can see, this thing just looks amazing. Now there are two versions that you get when you buy this. You get the CRJ550 and the CRJ700. The difference between the two is that the 700, this one, which I haven't flown before, I've only done the 550, is length. There are, I think, 6 rows of seats more or something. I don't know. There's the same amount of windows. I think it's, yeah, the same amount of windows down the side, but there are more seats inside. And the plane is physically longer. Now, something to note on the back here. Whoops, what the hell happened there? It does that, doesn't it? There is, oh, maybe it's better with the thing. There is a flap for the APU. If I can position myself correctly. Okay, I think that's it in the red square. Is it? Anyway, we'll never mind. We'll check it later. This flap will open up when the APU kicks in. But yeah, this is a beautiful plane. We've got the Delta Airlines on because we are in the States. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's very well detailed. And it's yet another plane that is like the Airbus, you know. It's complex and you have to learn how to fly it all. So, yeah, let's get inside and get this thing started. Trend Sonic TV, hi, and far away from the country of Poland. You're in Poland. Okay, hi. Yes, welcome. Let's get on board, guys, and show you the cockpit, and then you'll see what I'm in for. Okay. Go to my default setting. I have had to use custom cameras for this. I've had to program my own because the default ones that come with the plane, not too great. The other thing that I noticed with this, if I'm going to be really nitpicky now, is when you're programming the MCDU from this angle, the clear button, as you can see, it's like a full fist or hand, and it shouldn't be. It should be a little pointy finger. And when you get there, but if you go into the bottom corner, you can, oh, no, not this time. Maybe if I go a bit along, you can, well, it can be done because I've done it. You can turn it into a little pointy finger so you can press it. There you go. Reason? This thing. Speed brake, I think this is. That's the reason. So if you want to get that out the way, and then you can use it properly. So maybe the answer is to program a camera position, maybe one that is devoid of the yoke. I don't know. I don't know if I can delete the yoke from there. And then maybe set it up from there. No. Yep, that's good. that's working. So anyway, so I've set up some camera positions, so let's go through those. First camera position is the iPad, or whatever you want to call it, the electronic flight bag. I'll take you through that in just a moment. And then I have this panel, which is at this angle. The reason for that is so that I can use this format and range button while I'm looking at this screen at the same time. And I can also set my barometer stuff here as well. Fine. Next one is this, which gives me access to the throttles and these two important switches. I think, are these lock switches? And I've also got access to the flaps and thrust reversers, which I've not yet used, and of course the light spoiler speed brake thing. And next up then is this. Now I deliberately made this screen, this camera, to include all the autopilot settings plus these two screens here, and this one, but yeah, mainly these two, because these hold important information. So this one camera serves two purposes. It lets me look at these two screens. I don't know, I'm actually pointing to the screen. Jesus. Right, these two screens and the autopilot. So it serves both purposes. Then we have this view that I told you about, which I think I've set it up now. I thought I had it there. Yeah, I can get away with it sometimes, but it's okay. And then we have this one, which is the, well, it's a lot of things, isn't it, really? Yaw damping, stab trim, Mac trim, transponder, I think that is here. Is it? No, where's the transponder gone? I do have one big negative about this, though. Oh, there we go. Thought I'd find it in the end. I think this is the transponder right there. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably am. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. And then we have this one, which is our overhead. Getting everything going. We've got the seatbelt signs, the smoking signs, the lights, external lights here, up here, landing lights down here, which are separate. I like that. I like that those are separate. And all of the electric power and APU and everything up there. And if we look at the actual cockpit view, we can just look around and you can see what kind of detail we have here. It's pretty intense. So you can imagine that I've not been able to learn it very well. What it does have is quiet windscreen wipers. Yes, not like the Airbus A32NX, which is and that's on the slow speed. These are nice and quiet. I haven't tried them. I've just seen it in a video. They're beautiful quiet. Yeah, everything is nice. My big qualm about this plane is that the checklist is here, which is nice. It's detailed. It's good. I don't have a problem with it being here, by the way. This is fine. It's you know, I don't follow it because I've downloaded a better one, which is a PDF file, and I'm going to try and go through that today. But my problem is I would have also expected it to be here in the checklist, and it's blank. There's nothing there. So you can't, there's no interactive version where it'll say, you know, APU generator, and then you press the I button and it shows you in blue. There is none of that. So this is, yeah, this is more hardcore stuff. But we're going to try and get it off the ground, and I'm going to try and see if I can make all the stewardesses call out when they're calling out. Dear Stalker 999, good evening to you. Made me think of Sherlock Holmes there for some reason. Yeah. All peculiar, yes, all good, mate, all good. Hope you are too. Right, okay. I don't even know where to start now. Okay, yeah. electronic flight bag. So these are your checklists. There's some really good features on this flight bag, guys. Yeah, some really good ones. So you've got all your checklists, which is the originating checklist. I don't know how much of this you really need to, because a lot of this, when you start a flight, is already in these positions, I think. So I don't know whether you can just go straight to there. But there's a lot of stuff that looks missing to me. Like, there's no mention here of the yaw dampers or the stab trims. Why? It does, I don't know. It doesn't seem, is it in the originating? Yaw damper engaged. Okay, fair enough, that's there. Stab trims and Mac trims. This is all new stuff to me, guys, but I know it should be here, I think. And I think they should be on before engine start. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to follow this. Like I said, I have a PDF file I'm going to try and follow for the first time. So yeah, like I said, all in at the deep end today. So wish me luck. In the performance side then, we have this where we've got the amount of passengers we want to take on. 70 is the maximum for this plane. And I think the other one is less. I don't know, 58, 53 something. It might be 55, because then the 70 would match up with CRJ700 and 55 passengers could match up with the CRJ550. Maybe it's that, I don't know. Then you've got your forward cargo weight, your aft cargo weight, and your fuel. And we can check all this out afterwards, I think. Now, you can manually enter this, and I think you are supposed to, but I can't remember the sequence on how to do this, but once it's all in there and you've got your right stuff, you can set it all in the simulator. You can copy your performance data to the MCDU, the FMS, and you can set the fuel that's on this screen in sorry, other way around. Init fuel from aircraft. Yeah, so it's from the aircraft. I'm sure it's to populate this though. Yeah, we'll see how we go. And then you've got your V speeds, your V1, your rotate, and your V2, and you can just click set all, and it'll put them all into the MCDU as well, which is cool. Haven't done the landing speed yet. Flaps 8 is normal for me, I think, for dry takeoff. Your runway conditions, which will reset your V speeds a little bit. Yeah, and you can change these, I think. I'm not sure, can you? No, I think they may be pre-programmed. But we'll get to that, and we can mess this screen up later. Plenty going on here. Different presets, fantastic. I hope the A32NX comes with this eventually on their AFB. But yeah, you've got different states. My default state is cold and dark, which is how I feel right now. We've got a passenger door, forward cargo, aft cargo. It all works. Ground power cart, and yeah, fork's supposed to go on the left, but anyway. And stairs, which are up at the moment, and you can even you can choose whether to have the guardrails on the stairs up or down. Yeah, they go into that detail. Maintenance I haven't touched yet. I haven't got into this screen yet, but we've got the oxygen masks. If I click that, I think, will it just deploy them all? And we'll just hear everybody screaming. I don't know. And then for your preferences, you can choose Fahrenheit, centigrade, pounds, kilograms, hectopascals. I don't know what this is. I can't remember. Inches, hectogram. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And you can break a chain. Flight director can be a dual queue or a single queue. I think I like the single. Yeah, I'm going to put it on there. IRS align time. If you go for realistic, guys, you're waiting for 11 minutes. You're waiting for 11 minutes for them to align. I don't really want them instant either, so I've just chosen quick. Flight number location on the flight plan page. Yeah, not bothering with that one. Throttle detent, hint, show or hide. I've got that on show. And autopilot, disconnect yoke sensitivity on low. Okay, next page. And then you've got all of this. So cabin announcement, flight attendant, flight deck noises. This will, like as I said, this will kick in if you do everything in the right order. If you open the front door to let the passengers in, now you won't get the cabin announcements. You've got to power the plane up to a certain level first. So that's going to annoy me. And then I don't know if you get different options by choosing that you're a low-cost carrier. Maybe the flight attendants are more, I don't know, gruff or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how that changes the announcements. Maybe the flight attendants will go, "Welcome on board, you cheap peasants." Who knows? Then you've got obviously these. These are all default. I've not touched these, so we'll be loading up SIDS and stars with flight plans, all this. Yeah. So plenty here. And then, of course, in here you've got your brightness and your power off and stuff like that. And you've got your little Bluetooth, your battery, which is never on 100%. And it does take a couple of seconds for the Wi-Fi signal to kick in as well when you turn this thing on. So nice little touches there. Okay. You think I'm going to manage with this, guys? Yeah, I know he did, dear stalker. That was my point. Yeah, I know. Right. Okay. So let's go. Let's start this buffoonery. So first thing, battery master is on. Now here's the thing. This DC service. Do I need to put that to on or? Because I know I need to call the ground power truck now, and the power will not be available until that truck is actually connected. This thing, AC. I don't think we need DC service then. So let's get the power truck over here. I'm gonna, no pun intended, but I am literally winging this. So ground power cart. Hopefully he's going to get himself over here and connect up. It looks like he is. And until he does, we can't... oh, it's available. He's done it. Okay, so now power's available. So let's click that in. Okay, so now we have power. Ooh, everything's come up. Right, so working down here then... where's my checklist? Okay, let's go through the preparation. I'll see if I can follow the checklist, guys. Might as well be a good boy. So, parking brake set. It is. Landing gear is down. Well, it is, but also the lever is. Electronic flight bag on and performance page set. PAX, cargo and fuel. I have to do that now? Oh... So yeah, 52 passengers, cargo, yeah, fuel, blah. Now, I don't know how much fuel I'm going to need. I think this is going to be around 50%, but I think that might be enough. Now, when it says set, does it mean program them in, or does it mean do this? I'm going to do this a bit later. I don't have to do it right now, but I do have to do it. Anyway, so now it's telling me battery switch on, which we've just done. AC switch if the ground power cart is connected, which we've done. Gen switches, all three set to auto. They already are. They default to auto anyway. Nav light on. That would have been my next one anyway. Logo lights as well. Bleed valve set to auto. Yep, bleed valve on auto. I may have to look for some of these things, guys. ISOL switch. See, what I like about this checklist is it's going with the correct flow. From top down, top down, top down. That's what I want, because it just keeps me sorted. So yeah, what was it? ISOL switch open. Okay. APU power fuel switch on, and then let's just wait a couple of seconds. 1 banana, 2 Mississippi, and 3 pineapple. And now we can start the APU. IRS both. IRS both. Oh, you've lost me. IRS. It's lost me, guys. Where are you? We should start hearing the APU. Does it say flap open yet? APU LCB open. It doesn't say flap open. This is the bit I'm looking for. Oh yeah, it is at the bottom. APU door open. Okay, so this is what I was telling you about before. There it is. Just at the back there. That has now opened up. And we have, although I don't see any heat coming out of this yet. But yeah, that flap has now opened. Okay, starting to get worried here. Get back up there. IRS on both. IRS both set to nav. Yeah. Guys, it might not be up on this panel either. It might be not there. Oh, you see, this is where it's all going to go nuts now. Got 2 pages of stuff to get rid of. IRS. See, on the Airbus, the IRS is up here in this top corner. Maybe we'll just go through the rest, and if we see it, we'll pick it up. IRS, both to nav. Do you guys spot it? Might not even be on this panel. I've taken off, I must have taken off without it in the past then. Nav source, no. No proximity, no. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yes, done. Next. Learn with Rusty. Oh God, no, don't. Right, FMS setup. This is going to be fun. I can't remember which one is my key for this. Okay. Right, let's set this up, because I've got a program in the flight plan yet. You're going to love this, guys. You're going to love it. Watch me melt down. Right, so pause init page, which is, where are you? Yes? No. Here. Now it says set position LS1L, LS5R. There's a way to get this position. Guys, there's a way to get this. Wait a minute. Oh, where the hell did you get it from? I think it's still on the MCDU, guys. I don't know whether I should go through all of this really. There's another screen, I think, that tells us where the position is. And we just copy it in. Do we do this now though? Or do we wait until... Let me just run through a couple of these screens, see if I can pick this up. Next time I run through this plane, I will know more than I do now, I promise you. Hi, Kevin Wilson. No, yeah, no multi-crew, no nothing like that. You shouldn't have looked down, Freaky, that's the problem. Don't look down. Yeah, one of these screens already tells us the position, and I think it's the one from the... I'm thinking of the Airbus. I have seen it because I've seen people do it. I'm going to skip this step then, because it does tell you, and then all you have to do is click the button. It copies it down into the scratch pad here, and then you go from there and you just paste it into where you were in the first place. So I don't know where that is though, fortunately. So yeah, it pastes it down there, and then you just click that button and it puts it in automatically. So where I am right now, I don't know. So that's probably not going to help, because the plane needs to know where it is. Damn you. Yeah, it's just, well, it's kind of like the Airbus, Freaky, you know. I mean, once you know it, then you know it, and it's just, that's, you know, you're good to go, really. But I just know that it does show you, and that's the annoying thing. You know, you don't have to, I know you don't have to program it in. So the only way you can feed it in without having to type it in on the pad. Let's have a look at status. The only way you can feed it in without having to put it on the pad is literally to either get it from another screen on here, like here on the next page. Right, so it's this one, GNSS1 pause. So we click that, and then we go back a page and we feed it in. Okay, see, I'll get there in the end. Oh my goodness. Right, flight plan. Set the origin and destination and origin runway. Ooh, origin runway. Okay. Don't know. Right, let's see if I can bring this up on screen, guys. Going into SkyVector here. Let's program a quick flight plan in. Hope you can see it okay. So for the tail, doesn't matter. Del 2627. Departure. I know this off by heart now. KAUS. So this is Austin, Texas. So SkyVector, as I remember, is free. I am signed up to it, and we're just going to try it this way. So yeah, there you go. Austin Bergstrom Airport. Destination is KBTR, I think. Baton Rouge Metro, Ryan Field. Okay. Estimated time of departure. I don't know. Does it matter? Now, this is what's cool about this, guys, is the route. I bet it, has it filled anything in yet? Yeah, sort of, not really. Top of climb and top of descent. Okay. So, I want an approach into Baton Rouge, and this is what's cool, guys. It's got charts. I know at Baton Rouge I want to come in on runway 04L, so I'm going to use this one, RNAV. You click it here and look, charts, charts, charts. Awesome. Now, I've just forgotten how to make it fill in that flight plan. Okay, so this is our holding pattern. So we're going to fly to go set and hog 2 on the approach into runway 4L, which is there. So we have to pick up go set. But before we can do that, I need the rest of the flight plan in. Uh-oh. Is it this? Yeah, there we go. There's the route. So we... Oh, come on. Thank you. Whew. Right, so this is... When we take off, we're going to hit the Ilexi waypoint. And this little button here is brilliant. Look at this. It shows you all the waypoints, headings and distances. For me, this is brilliant. I love that. So we're going to add on go set and hog tow. So if we look... Let's move this over. This is our coming into... Oh, that looks like it's already lined up with the runway. Wait a minute. Is it? Probably not quite. But we'll try. We'll line it up properly anyway. Okay. So when we finished at Theta, from Theta we go to go set. So I'm just going to type this in. So space, and I'm just going to type in go set, space, and the next one was hog 2, right? 2. Okay. And there we go. So what it's done now is it's just knocked me slightly to the right, and then this should be the route straight into the runway. Yeah, so you've got 3 charts here, guys. It's not as... Navigraph is obviously the better solution, but this does have everything you need, like Austin Bergstrom International. You've got this is where the airport we're going to take off from, lift off from, I said. And you've got the airport diagram, so you can see your taxiways, everything. I think I want to be taking off from here, 18 left. I don't need this big runway. But 18 left is fine, but if I go and choose this airport and then choose my departures here, departure procedures, I've only got these. Mucky 3, I think it's Ilexi 3, because we've got Ilexi there, right? So let's have a look at Ilexi 3. Are you confused yet, guys? So this is our Ilexi 3 information. Can we not rotate this? Yeah, we can. Oh, but I'll make it fit. This? Yeah. So this is our... Wait a minute, where are we going from? I'm lost now, just so you know. Takeoff minimums. Right. The only thing I know about the United States is that the transition altitude countrywide is 18,000 feet. That's all I do know. So takeoff runways 18 left, climb on a heading of 175, or as assigned by ATC for vectors, to cross hook at or above 5,000 feet. Hook with a double K at 5,000. So initially climbing to 5,000, then I don't know where hook is, but it's not listed here. I don't know whether to add it to the front or not, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. I don't want to overcomplicate my life right now. So I think we're just going to type in these Ilexi, LCH, Theta, GoSet, and Hog2 into the computer. I think these V306, V70, I think those may be VIAs. Don't know, but if they are or if they aren't, I'll try them, and if they work, great. If they don't, then they don't. All right, let's get back into the plane. And hi, Andy K. No worries, man. This is a bit of a later stream today for me. I wanted to do it anyway, just because I thought it might be a laugh. Yeah, so anyway, so it says on the flight plan to Set origin and destination. Well, that much we can do. So we know that our origin is KAUS. That's where we are right now. And we want to be landing at K. Uh-oh. Yeah, B. I didn't know if it was B or T. KBTR, not KTBR. Okay, distance 338 nautical miles. But we are in a decent, quick plane, so... Optional, set alternate airport and flight number. I don't have an alternate one to put in. I haven't bothered with it, so I'm just going to leave that one out. Now we've got to go to our departures and arrivals, which is a separate button. Again, something I like. It's cool. So, departure. So we've got SIDs and runways. I know I want to go from... Now, you can't scroll up and down with this particular thing, so it's next page. I know I want to take off from 18 left. Oh, here we go. Mucky. These are the mucky SIDs. Wait a minute, though. There's no 18 left. Oh, this is so weird. This is so weird. 35 and 35. Sorry, guys. It's just something from before. I was looking at little nav map and it was saying runway 35 and it was actually 36, and now I'm expecting 18 and 36 and it's giving me 17 and 35, so something ain't cooking right here. Okay, so we're going to use the Ilexi 2 SID because I know we have to hit that one. Transition, I guess it's going to be 17 left. It's for the sake of 1 degree. I don't really care, so we're going to hit runway 17 left. And execute. Okay, now we have... Oh, look! Hook! Hook, guys, at 5,000, which is exactly what SkyVector told us. I must be doing something right. Oh, help us. There's going to be a gap here, though. Why do we have a gap, though? There should be a line going all the way to the other airport. I hate gaps because it means the autopilot starts to say, I'm not interested. Right, the transition then is... I don't know. Let's have a look on SkyVector. I know you can't see it, but don't worry. So... Yeah, you see, SkyVector has 18 and 36 runways. Here it's got 17 and 35. What's going on here? Why is this different? Why is this different, guys? So we've got Ilexi going into Hook via JJO and Asher. So the transition will be JJO then. I haven't even never gone this far to put this in before. Okay, now it's hooked up to Ilexi, which I'm assuming is now disappearing off for the rest of our flight. So I guess we've done that right. Okay, now the approach into Caos. We want to arrive on runway 04 left, RNAV. Oh no. I need to program those other things in, guys, and I don't know. Let's just put execute here. Yeah, I don't trust this. If we go to legs, we've got Ilexi JJO. It's filled this in. Where did you get this from? This is correct. Go set and hog to. Where did you get that from? This is what I was just about to fill that in myself, but it's put it in already. So 2,800, 2,000, 5,000. What's our... Oh, okay. We hit 5,000 there. That's the constraint. But where's the maximum? You say we've got a discontinuity here, guys. Ah! Why? So let's hit Ibecky. Okay, I'm going to put it up there. Do we have it now? No. Have I fixed it? Maybe. If I miss the runway, then I go to QREC. If I miss the runway. Let's have a look, guys. Just bear with me. So if I miss the runway, so QREC. So I need arrival on RNAV 04. So that's going in. So where's QREC? Is it up here? Oh yeah, there we go. Missed approach. Let me just get this. Yeah, missed approach. You end up on QREC. Okay. I think we've got it right, guys. The only thing I don't know how to do with this plane yet, or one of the things, is like on the Airbus, you can run through your flight plan. So I think you can have these separate as well. Yeah, look, they're two separate screens, which is cool. So on the legs, I want to be able to run up and down, you know, so that I can see the route going through here on this display. But as far as I know, I can't do this. Why is that a dotted line? Okay, just leave it. I don't know why that's a dotted line, but it is. All right. Does the checklist tell me when to open the door and let the passengers in? Doesn't. Do we have the APU up? Getting a bit worried here, guys, if I'm honest. This APU. Let's open the door for outside and see what happens. Because we should get the voice, but the voice is only in the plane. We don't hear it outside. If I open the passenger door, I'm going to close it again. That tells me we're too early. Oh.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Right. I guess we're good then. I don't know what the beep was for. Maybe because the ground power's still connected. But I'm not convinced that this APU is up yet. Because I expect to have heat distortion coming out the back here. Oh, is there? I can't even tell, guys. I don't think so. No. So I don't know what's going on. I told you this was going to be a mess. But I went in and did it anyway. Alright. Oh, available. Well, don't we now click? No, we just turned it off, I think. Yeah, we did. Oh, sugar. Right, AC power's in use. Let's turn this off. And there's no lights, like with a lot of buttons in here, there's no lights to tell you when it's on or off. But we're just going to wait for that. Let's get to the screens and see what's going on. So here's the APU. And it's definitely off, right? But the door is open. Okay. So that is now started. So here we go. Good, I'm happy. Right. Okay. Back to here. somewhere. There it is. 7. Screen number 7. So now we have to go to performance and perf init. Trying not to scroll flight simulator. Now, in here we have our fuel. As you can see, a lot of it's not filled in, and the cruising altitude, I'm going to set that to 24,000 feet. I think I'll be comfortable with that. So if we go here, go to performance, I'm going to hold that as a value that is okay, because it's only a 1 hour flight, so 4.5 tons of fuel should be plenty. I'm happy with the passengers and the cargo weights. So we're going to set the payload. So you may see the plane move when we change the weights. Probably not, but we'll see. No. Sometimes it does. Like if I was to just take all the passengers out, it would move. Copy the performance init data to the FMS, that's done. And init the fuel from aircraft, that's done. So now, when we whiz back here, excuse me while I remember the numbers, it's all filled in now. So our cruise altitude is going to be 24,000 feet, because I don't want to be told to go up to 40,000. There we go, and we'll just execute that. Okay, now there's 2 more pages. What's on the other pages? Oh, climb, cruise and descent. I haven't filled these in before. And reserves. Okay, that's all right. Right, so VNAV setup then. Trans altitude is correct. But this is United States. Anywhere in the States, that's your altitude per transition, always. Unless the only time that changes, I think, is if air traffic control tell you differently. That's it. Set the VNAV display in PFD. Press LS6L twice. The hell is LS6L? That right? I don't know. Is there an MFD menu here? No, VNAV climb perp in it. It just says here MFD menu. Set VNAV display in PFD. Press LS6L twice. I think that's to get this onto here, maybe. But I don't know what LS6L means. It's probably maybe referring to one of these soft buttons here. LS6L. Don't know. Right, carrying on. Hydraulic pumps. 1, 3B and 2. Okay. Excuse me, that's because I'm doing it on the wrong monitor. So, hydraulic pumps. Well, we need that on. 1. That's 1. What about... Oh, yeah. These should be set to auto. So we'll do that. 1. That says 3A and 3B under there. So we'll set that. And this needs to be set to on. Packs left and right. 1, 2, that's your aircon. And you can just about hear it, and fan on. Hear it? Cool. Recirculating fan switch, yeah, we just did that. Windshield heating left and right. I'm going to set that to low, because it's going to be a fairly warm day. Roger and Bongo. Bongo Baggins, YouTube notifications are arse. Sometimes they're not very reliable. Commander Bordrix, hey, welcome, welcome. How long have we been doing this now, guys? 55 minutes, great, great. I will get better, I promise. Okay, what have we just done? Emergency lights arm. At least I know where some of these are. he says, looking for the emergency lights arm. Emergency lights arm, emergency lights arm. It's near the no smoking. There it is. Okay, done. Anti-skid switch arm, it's already set. Engine sync switch, N1. That's in the middle panel, I think. If I had to guess. Engine sync. Engine sync. Brr. I haven't used engine sync before. That's a new one on me. These are the buttons that shows in this display here, look. You got your doors. Oh, we still got that door open. Okay. Engine sync. I don't know. What's it called? So show me again. Anti-skid switch is definitely... Ah, I got you. I've got the engine sync switch set to N1, there it is. And the anti-skid is armed, correct. Spoilers, ground lift dump switch set to auto. Yeah, okay. That's here. Learning as we go, guys. Ground lift dump switch set to auto, already done. Thrust reverser switch is left and right armed. Let's get those on. TCAS as required. Okay, well, I think we just set it to 1. We got, yeah, I think so. Backup com on standby. I don't think I've ever used it. Is that this? I don't know. I guess so. Where's my seat thing gone now? Great, I've lost the arm of my chair. Awesome. Gonna be uncomfortable for the rest of the flight. Right, here we go. Stab trim. Things you don't get lights for. And yaw damper on. This is the problem I had before. I couldn't get yaw damper off the screen last time. Let's give it a go. So we want stab trim, Mac trim, and then the 2 yaw dampers on. Okay, so let's hear the click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, right. Now we're ready for engine start. All the prep is done now. I'm not saying I'm going to even be able to land, guys, because of the the flight plan. I don't know what's going on with it. Oh, the yaw dampers have gone. Yes. So parking brake on, ISO open. Da, 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 da. Nice. Passenger door is open. We'll have to close that. No oil pressure. That's because the engines are not on. Low pressure on the fuel, of course, on the pumps, of course, and brake pressure, of course. Right, that's all natural. Right, let's close this door and let's remove the wheel chocks.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain,
We've had this before.
aboard this flight, we hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the
Oh,
aircraft.
sugar. Guys. I had this before where the ground power cart was connected and it wouldn't let me remove it. So I'm going to try and do it this way. Oh dear. Is he still connected? No, he is buggering off. I'm hoping that's going to automatically pick up. I don't know why that's gone that way, but it has. It still says available. Okay. This is weird why this doesn't go away. Or it's not it's grayed out, so I can't touch it. Why? Is it to do with the wheel chocks? I don't think so. Okay. Well, I hope it doesn't think the little power truck's still connected when we're at 10,000 feet. So ground air cart is removed. Yes, ground power cart is connected. Oh boy. No, now what? I can't tell whether he's on or off now. Yeah, he's not connected, but wow. Alright, if we're going to start the engine, we need the beacon lights on. Oh, okay, it's mentioned there. Okay, right, passenger signs, all that stuff. So no smoking is going to be set to on as opposed to auto. Whoops, that failed epically. Seatbelts on. Fuel boost pumps left and right on. Done. ATC clearance as required and pushback as required. We don't need pushback, but ATC clearance would be handy. Oh, and I need the weather. Let's do the weather first. That. Okay, tune Austinators. I just want a number.
Austin Airport Information Whiskey 20000. Wind 355 at 17.
Come on.
Visibility 10.
Here we go. 30.27 is the altimeter.
Temperature 23.
Okay.
Dew point.
30.27. Let's get that in now before I forget. Right, where's my special camera? Give me, there we go. So 30.27. I'll just get this off the screen for you for now, guys. So this is our air pressure here. So we want 30.27, and I want to change that. Can I? Yes. Okay, so up we go. 30.27. You see the altimeter is changing. Okay, we put it back again, I think. So that's what it is, 0125. That's where we are. Awesome. And that list is clearing. It's getting less and less, guys. We're almost there. Right. ATC clearance. Let's get that. Now, I've got Austin clearance here and depart straight out. Let's just go for clearance. I might regret that. Bear with me, guys.
Austin ground, Rusty Romeo 026 with X-ray request taxi for takeoff straight out departure.
Rusty Romeo 026 taxi to and hold short of runway 36 left via
Okay,
taxi
we have a different runway, 36 left.
Contact tower on 121.0 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 36 left via taxiway Tango Charlie Rusty Romeo 026.
Now, question is, do we get the taxi arrows? No. Yes, we do. There they are. So we have to bugger off over there. Okay, as long as we know. I don't... Well, I do need a pushback. I thought I'd be able to go forward, but I don't think so. This plane's got a very tight turn, but not that tight. So before we start the aircraft, this should literally be as we start the aircraft up. But I'm going to be okay. We don't have a pushback truck, so we're just going to have to quickly do this manual. Just get me around the corner. Supposed to be on that taxi line there, but whatever. set the parking brake again. We are good. Okay, let's get these engines started. So first thing, before you start any engine, beacon light and engine 2. Now what we do, I believe, is we hit engine 2, and then we come to the screens and we watch this reach 20%. Once it gets over 20%, then we can move the throttle into the idle position. Okay, where are my throttles? No, no. Where are my throttles? There we go. So we're going to move that off and move this into idle, which I guess is what that is. And we should have an engine that's starting up now. I hope. And now let's do the same for engine 1. It's very quiet. We're going to watch N1. N2, sorry. I'm going to watch this go to 20. That's there. And there we go. Now we can just flip that down, get that into, oops, get that into the idle position. We just double check. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, that's the engine started. Or better be started. Looks fine. Engine oil pressure, that's hopefully going to go out when the pressure builds up. The oil pressure's on 0 at the moment. I don't like that. Let me just stick a little bit of revs into this thing. I'm not getting anything, guys. Why? For that maximum. Why, Delilah? Why do you need to switch over power from ground to APU? APU has available light showing. Ground power might disconnect then. I don't know. These engines doesn't look like they're fired up. No, because it's gone the other way around now. Now it says AC in use. And everything's been switched off. So that was a bad move. Well, that shit everything up. Okay. I knew I shouldn't have streamed this. Right. Let's get over here. I don't know if we are connected. It says we are, but I guess we must be if we're not running on anything else. I have no idea what the APU is doing now. Are we up? Guess so. Or are we? No, APU isn't running now. Now it is. Yes, you need the APU one to spin the engines. Definitely 100%. It's weird because I flew this earlier and I managed to do all of this. I didn't have any problem with the engines not spinning up at all. Nothing. Anyway, let's put the... no, let's not do that yet then. I was going to put the heat on, but I'm not going to do it yet. Right, so the APU is available, and so is the AC, which we don't need. Oh, it's off then. It's just available. Okay. I don't know what's going on with the power there. Let's try another engine start and see what happens. See, we've got engine start here, look. And it actually says there, left engine shut down. Okay, now it's gone beyond 20%. But we can go... oh, I've got to remember my numbers. Okay, do the numbers, Rusty. This is 6. That's 5. That sounds a bit healthier. Do we have power? Ooh. Keep going. Oh, this needle, that's nice. That right engine oil pressure. Oh yes. Yes. Anyway, well, it might have been worth it to do whatever we did because it's sorted it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency.
Yes.
During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your
Thank you, Rob.
seats fastened and your seats in the upright.
Whatever it was, it worked.
In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you'll be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
When she said, put your head between your legs, I just couldn't resist it. It was in my head, it was in your head. Kiss your ass goodbye. We're good to go. What's left? Obi ground spoilers. That's fine, that's gone. We're clear, guys. And this should start disappearing, I think. So, I think, oh, the packs are off. Okay. And the ISOL as well. Anyway. Put those on. Yeah, because some things did shut down afterwards. We don't need the APU anymore. Wow, that was a brave move, eh? Seatbelts, no smoking signs. We know that. Parking brake is on, we know that. Left and right reversers are armed. Okay. I'm happy with all that. So, APU... Start stop is off. APU power fuel switch off. Yeah, whatever. Landing elevation, takeoff airport set. I don't know what. Flaps 8 degrees. Okay, for the 8 we need flaps 2. Let me see if I can bring this up so you guys can see that. If I go to flight control, I believe. If I click flight control. Alright, so if I start moving my rudders and stuff, you can see all of the flight controls moving. Okay, and then if we go to the flaps, which I think I can get from here, so if we go to stage 2, you see it says 8 there. And what we get here is 20 on the front and 8 on the flaps. These the spoilers? I don't know, I guess so, yeah. So that is correct. Right, AP altitude and runway heading, we've done that. We've set, I haven't set the runway heading, but I've set the altitude on the barometer, the local, no, AP altitude. Autopilot altitude, sorry. God, I'm reading one line and then going across and reading the other one. Right, so I know we're initially going to climb 5,000. So let's drop that down to 5. You're looking here at this purple figure. Drop this down to 5. No, too far. This is the bit I have trouble with, is how to get the plane to manage the speed. I've not had it manage speed yet. Runway heading. No, that's probably on the charts. We are taking off from 36 left. Oh, flip. It's put me on a different runway. Let me just see. Runway 36. Was it 36 left or 36 right, she said? 36 left. Yeah, I thought so. So let me just have a look at runway 36 left. That's approach. Departure. I'm just looking at Sky Vector off screen, guys. Okay, I think the heading is 355. And I've just lost that chart. How is that even possible? There we go. Right, so heading would be 355 then. There we go. Although I'm probably going to do this manually, to be honest. Right, back to the electronic flight bag because the plane needs to know how much throttle to use on takeoff as well. So back to performance, and we're going to set all the V speeds. To be honest, I could just set these 3, but I'm just going to do all of them. So now they're programmed into here. Let's see if we can see them. I think it would come under performance. And maybe not. Perf. Somewhere it should have our V speeds. Oh, is it here, VNav? Oh, maybe. Don't give up yet. I don't remember where it is. That's up there. That's not there. No, we need that. Okay, well, trust me, it's in now. You're kidding me. It looks like the flight plan went off, guys. Kill me. This must be when we shut the power off. I'm sorry. Don't have an alternate, don't have a wire. Okay, so where are you? Where are you? So we're departing. Oh, this is good actually, because we had this set up to depart from a different runway. We've got 36 left now, which disagrees with this. So we're going to choose this via, I don't know what. Let's just put that in on its own without using a wire. And then we'll go to arrivals, which we know is RNAV 04 left. Transition. It was this, wasn't it? Was it? Boy, oh boy, guys. This cannot be... Yes. Ibeki is the holding thing. That's fair enough. Where's all the other bits of information though? That's fine, it's filled it in. Okay, so iBecky then. I'm going to click that and I'm going to pop it up to there. Which may or may not be a mistake, but it gets rid of that discontinuity. So I think this, yeah, you see this, all this is wrong, guys. There's no solid lines anymore. Haha! Awesome. You gotta love it. Director iBecky. I don't think so. Let's have a look at these departures again. Oh no. I don't know, guys. This is going to fail massively. There's supposed to be a solid line from source to destination, and I ain't getting jack. Bye, Thomas. Oh dear. Right, we've got one line. It's not good enough. I'm going to end up flying there manually, aren't I? Or maybe just not do it at all. Right, we've got our arrival. This is KTBR, this is KBTR, whatever. Got that one selected, that's fine. And iBecky. No? Or not? Vector. Oh, I don't know, guys. iBecky's the holding pattern. Oh, we had a line there for a second. Damn it! Damn it, because I had this in. I had this set up. And now it's all turned to shit. Why? Why does the route cut off there? The autopilot won't fly that. It'll fly up, it'll fly anywhere where there's a solid white line, and that's it. Oh, I'm executing left, right, and center. I'm not missing any executions out. Wow, look at that. That's seriously bad. It'd be easier. Let me see if I can do this manual. Based on SkyVector. The problem with SkyVector is, or is it a problem? Yes, it is. Because we told it a different runway. And now Flight Sim, in all of its amazingness, give us a different runway than the one I was expecting to leave on. Does it actually matter though, once you're in the air? I don't think so. So, we've got Kaus as our destination, right? So we go depart. And we want to depart. You see, if we were departing this one... Oh, it's not there. Okay. Alright, I thought it was going to be there. So cancel that. So, there. I'm looking for... Alexi, right? Yeah. Alexi. From runway 35 left. And I think Jejo was the other one, but... So, okay, let's execute that. Alright, so that's there. But then we have to go to Tata, which is the next one. and it doesn't fill that in, but there is a place where you can do it. Wonder if I fill it in, why would that be? So I've got too many questions. This is, oh no, that is the beginning. Okay, next page. I know what needs to go in there, guys, before go set. Let's go to the legs a moment. Okay, I'm just going to try something. TAT ER Tata, and plug that in. That's JJO, that's Alexi, that's Hook. There. There's still a missing link here though. Is it this dude? Oh, that's the end of the flight plan. Oh, Tata shouldn't be at the top. Yike. Guys, I'm lost. Totally, like, I'm completely lost now. Let's set up a new flight plan, shall we? I don't know if overwriting this will actually set up a new one or not. Oh, yeah, it does. Come on, get in there. All right. So now we go to legs. Actually, there's another way to do this. There's a way where it all goes down the side and you've got two entry points. You've got entries down the left, entries down the right. And all you need to do is just keep adding waypoints into the right-hand column. Where the hell is that? Screen. Ah, there it is. Alright, let's try doing this manually. So, Alexi is the first. I know we're going to miss things out like Hook and all that stuff, but it can't be helped. We'll have to maybe put those in a bit later. So let's go to Alexi. Okay. Next one then will be, if it accepts it, LCH. Good. Next one is Tata. What's important for me is it's building it up on here as we go. I don't know whether that's just off screen or what. And then we have go set. And finally we have Hawk 2. This isn't ideal, but it'll do until I can get myself sorted out with this plane. Because you can't just go into Flight Sim and then you know when you go into Flight Sim on the main screen and then you get to load and save a flight plan. If you load a flight plan in and then click Go Fly, it doesn't load it into this computer. There we go. So, I think I'm okay here, but it needs to know the runway I'm coming in on. So we still need to do the arrivals and departures, I'm sure. So let's do the arrivals. I'm not bothered about departure. I'm just going to take off and hope for the best. So I want RNAV 04 and just execute that. Right, what does the flight plan look like? Or the legs? Okay. Oh, you bitch. Discontinuity, why? Okay, we're going to try it. I'm going to load in Ibeki and move it up here. See if we can get rid of that. I don't know why these things happen. Alright, shall we go with that? I don't know what it looks like. We're going to try and see what happens here. Let's have a look downrange and see. Are we zooming out, in or out? Oh, but no. There we go. Okay, let's just fly the damn thing, guys. See what happens. Thank you for your patience. Because by God, when I'm learning a plane, you need it. Hey Mark G. Yeah, not often on a Saturday, but I really wanted to do this today. We were going so well until the flight plan disappeared. Everything else has been better than I expected, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's been working out pretty good. I don't think there's anything I need to keep looking at here when we're in flight, so I think we can just maybe the landing checklist. Alright, let's go. So we have the brakes off, V-speed set, trims set for takeoff. Oh yeah, now you're talking. Trim set for takeoff. I'm not even going to bother with it. I don't know what the trim is for takeoff, and I don't know how to set it in here yet. Not yet. I'll learn, but I don't know how to set the trim in here yet. See, I don't know. I don't know. Like you may have a, because of your center of gravity, it alters how much trim you need to put on, and then you just dial that in before you take off. It's not going to matter. Oh, now that we've got the push done, we need to be able to move the wheel, front wheel. So the last thing we need to do here is arm the steering so that we can actually turn it. The nose. That's what this is. It's nose wheel steering. We need to arm that. We might be skidding everywhere. Release the parking brake. Slowly apply thrust. Yeah, this bit I can do. Thank you, checklist. I'll just wing it from here. Oh. Shouldn't we put the tap already? Oh, hold position. Oh, that I can do, because I need to put some taxi lights on, I think, don't I? Do I? Taxi lights. And landing lights, don't need those yet.
Rusty Romeo 026, please acknowledge.
Hold position Rusty Romeo 026.
I'm not holding, by the way. Just screw 'em. I don't see any traffic whatsoever. Okay, so an hour and a half in, we're moving. I told you this. I said, didn't I, at the start, that the startup sequence would be longer than the flight.
Rusty Romeo 026, continue taxi.
Roger, Rusty Romeo 026.
It's going to be... No, don't worry, Rob. In fact, I think you helped out, because restarting those engines again, it worked. So maybe it was the right thing to do. We are going a bit too quick for taxi. Yeah, this plane it is great. It's a fantastic plane. There's no two ways about it. It's just a question of learning. It's study level. This is what you get when you have study level plane. You can't just put, oh, switch the engines on and start rolling forward. No, you can't do that with these. You know, and like I said, you can't just go to the beginning, you know, load in flight sim, go to the world map, load in a flight plan and pick your runway or pick your airport and then just go. Because it doesn't load the flight plan into the plane, I don't think. It didn't for me. So, Austin, Texas, as we bid you farewell and make our way to Louisiana. We're just going to stop short here. I'm not going to use the anti-ice, I don't think. We've cleared both screens. Well, let's put this back to status. I think we cleared it. Are we clean? No, we're not. Why not? Takeoff config is okay. Reverse is armed, seat belts, and no smoking. Now they're white. I think that's good though. I think that's fine. They are on because we need them on right now. We can take them off later. So all is good in the world. We've already set the flaps, haven't we? So we're good. And on this one I'm just going to go full toga. Not maximum power, I'm just going to go full toga, and we should have enough. There is some, I found some, I don't know if it's right, but I found some strange flight characteristics with this plane. Particularly with the yawing. And it might be down to not having the yaw dampers on, I don't know. We'll see.
Austin Tower, Rusty Romeo 026 ready at runway 36 left, straight out departure.
Rusty Romeo 026, hold short runway 36 left. Traffic is generic on final.
Oh no. You're kidding. It said hold short and I didn't. I'm on the runway. Oh God, we got a plane coming in.
Rusty Romeo 026, did you copy? Generic 4 Whiskey Sierra, go around. Rusty Romeo 026, altimeter 30 decimal.
He's having to go around because I'm parked on the runway.
Straight out departure approved.
Sorry.
Cleared for takeoff runway 36 left.
My bad, as they say. He was coming in. Oh, geez, I've never had that before.
Going around generic 4 Whiskey Sierra.
We better get out of here. This guy wants to leave.
Generic 4 Whiskey Sierra, contact Austin approach on 127 decimal 225.
Okay, we are going to toga. We're there. It says it on the dash there. Let's go.
127 decimal 225 generic 4 Whiskey Sierra.
Right, I'm pushing forward on the nose until we hit around 100 here. And then I'm just going to slightly ease off till we reach our VR. And up we go. Come on, you see?
Rusty Romeo 026, acknowledge last transmission.
I'm trying to. No. It won't let me acknowledge last transmission. I don't know why. Oh, because I'm in the wrong screen. This is not good. This is not good. How can I acknowledge the last transmission if there is no such option on the menu? Oh well. Too bad. Flaps to position 1. Flaps to position 2. And we need to build up some speed. Now the last time I flew this and I requested the autopilot, it said no thank you. I was trying to just do a pushback and yeah, we've hit the 5,000. Now we're going to go to 18 and yeah, well, you know. Jesus. I'll talk in a sec. There we go. Is that the heading? Ah, it is the heading. Okay. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying anyway. Yes, the autopilot didn't want to engage. Now I didn't have the yaw dampers, but Also, when you get clearance to take off, the stewardess tells the people, the passengers, that the captain has been given the clearance for takeoff. But that speech never happened. So I'm going to go back to climb and hope I've got enough power. Are we in climb? There we go.
Austin Tower Delta 14687 miles south inbound ILS runway 36 left approach. Delta 1468 Austin Tower. Altimeter 30.27 wind 026 at 19er. Cleared ILS runway 36 left approach. Delta 1468 wind 026 at 19er.
Yeah, the Airbus is easier to import the flight plan than this. With Airbus you can do it.
Runway 36 left Delta 146.
God damn you, air traffic. With the Airbus you can import via SimBrief every single time without fail. Where with this plane it's not without fail. Sometimes it does actually fail. So we should have turned on the flight director. It wants me down here for some reason. Maybe just to build up some speed. I don't know whether to allow the autopilot, if he wants to take over. Let's see. Okay, he's on. So I am now no longer touching anything, but speed-wise, he's got a, you see now he's got a speed there of 148 to aim for. Obviously way too slow, but if I up this to say 250, I can just about see that myself, and then hit speed. I'm hoping he's going to manage. Now I've hit that, but I don't think anything's come up on here to tell me that the autopilot is doing anything about it.
Delta 1468 turn next taxiway.
I think it should manage altitude though. Oh, we need to put VS in now, don't we? Of course we do. If we put VS, it comes off altitude. Fair enough. So the VS is here, vertical speed, and I want to go up by let's say 1,000 feet a minute. Let's go make it 1,500 feet a minute, and I want to change the altitude now to 24,000 feet. And also the autopilot is not following the flight plan. I'll have to deal with that in a moment, because I can only deal with one thing at a time. There's the plane, there's the flight plan, and we're set to nav. So it should be following this, and it isn't. Any guesses as to why? I couldn't even begin to tell you why that is. I'm going to re-engage, see what happens. Now, as far as I'm concerned, when you hit nav, it has to follow the flight plan. It's just that simple. No auto throttle. No, I have to do it myself, unfortunately. So, why is it not following the flight plan? And where's... Oh yeah, we need to go to 2992 air pressure now. Okay, we can do that. That's why it's flashing at me. Give me a second to do that. 2992 is standard air pressure. So we just, once we go on that, it'll stop flashing. He says, but it hasn't. No push there. Saberjack and Defcon 001. Welcome, guys. Yeah, I don't know why it's not following the flight plan. I can set a heading to get us back onto it, but I really shouldn't have to. Now we did set something down here to nav before, didn't we? These set to nav. I don't know if that's anything to do with anything. So this is like the Airbus, you see. I just need to start learning things. We're building up some serious speed now, so we need to calm it down. I don't know why the air pressure is still flashing. I'm just going to press B. There we go. I'll just press B in the game to set it. Same value, but it stopped flashing. So at what point we leave Texas and hit Louisiana, I don't know. And my top of descent, oh my god, now we've gone over the line. Can it get us back? Maybe. My top of descent and my top of climb, I don't know what those are. And the problem here is that there's no altitudes. So I don't know when to start descending. And I'm not smart enough to figure out when to do that. It could be, well, we need to be at 2,800 by the time we get to Ibeki. We're going to be well above that beforehand. This is the first page. There's no starting altitude. There's nothing. Let me just zap this range out a second, because I don't know what this thing thinks it's doing. It needs to re-engage with that white line. So you need to start straightening out. Now would be good. And you can just intercept the white line and then turn back. Okay, there you go. There you go. That's good. If it hasn't got auto throttle, what's the point of the speed thing here? And why does it have a speed button? What's the deal with that? Yeah, I did think of that DEFCON, but I think I was pretty close to the line to begin with. And then it failed to follow it. And I don't know if I'm going to get shown the constraints on here. If I get the constraints on here, which tells me the altitude, you know, that my maximums and stuff like that, I'll have an idea of where to be. Because there's nothing here. On a proper flight plan, they'd all be filled in. But I didn't file the flight plan in the way I wanted to do it. And it is getting us back on course. Well, it's about time. Now, once we hit 24, which we're coming up to, we won't be climbing anymore, so we're going to increase a little bit of speed. And boom. No. Well, I don't care where this dotted line goes. I think that's the heading. I just want the plane to stay on here. And this is what? Altitudes, capacity, I don't know. Anyone know what that is? And how to stop it flashing? Anyway. think we should experience the entire flight in the daytime, so I shouldn't need these. Let's put the wiper on, because we can. Nice and quiet, beautiful. Okay, so we're rocking at 280 knots. We've leveled out and we're on the flight path. But do we get constraints? I need to know. It's too far away. Maybe. Oh, maybe. We have numbers there. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Definitely maybe. Okay, so we've got now this circle of 10 miles, but that should give me enough time to make some adjustments if I need them. Well guys, we might be doing okay. Take the altitude you need to drop. Multiply by 3, 60k equals 60 miles out. Is that it? Just that simple. So if I'm doing 24,000 feet and I want to descend to 4,000, that's 20,000. I need to drop by, multiply that by 3, so as in your example, 60,000. So when I'm 60 miles away from the waypoint that needs me at that altitude, then I start descending. But is that based on a descent rate of 1,000 feet per minute, or is, because obviously the descent rates can be different. So I don't know if that's based on 1,000 feet per minute. There's our wind speed, 286/25. You can probably feed that in here somewhere. Probably. I don't know. I like how you can have different screens as well. The co-pilot has his. So we've got the legs on there if we need it. So here's our target speed, 290. Certainly not reaching that, are we? The descent rate is based on, 3 degrees glide slope. Gotcha. Yeah, don't think we're going to be picking that up though. Like we need to back off because we're a little bit over 300 and we need to be at 290. That display has stopped flashing, which I'm happy about. Might have been telling us that we were coming up to the altitude, that the autopilot was getting us to the altitude that we told it to. It's got a horn. Beep beep. Yeah, in space no one can hear you honk. So okay, so if 3 degrees, that's easy to do, that's easy to calculate on the descent. Because you have the 5 here, this line's probably going to be like 2.5. So yeah, somewhere in between those two lines. But then I've got to pull this range out. So that this, see right now this circle is 10 miles and this is 20 miles away. So we need to pull that range out to get it as close to 60 as we can then. So there's 80, 40. So basically then when our waypoint reaches the midpoint here, that's 60 miles, I'm assuming the next drop point is going to be to 4,000, but I could be wrong. Yeah. But right now we have a little bit of a breathing space. And all that sequence of landing as well, I'm going to screw that up for sure, because it's what I do, especially when it comes to lights and stuff. Like for example, we don't need the taxi lights on. Landing lights, all that comes on under 10,000 feet once we get the, you know, Get the wheels out and everything. And under 10,000, put the lights on, and there we go. No smoking can come off. Seat belts can come off. Got these dome lights here which we can bring on, which I don't think we need yet, but it kind of looks cool. That's 24,000 feet. We can go a lot higher with this plane, as you can imagine. Now, I do have downloaded some third-party sounds for this plane, which is meant to make them a little bit better and more immersive. I have not tried them yet. I need to get my ear used to these sounds first and then use them, so then I have a kind of something to base it off. Because if I just use the new sounds from the off, how the hell would I know if they were better? The approach briefing and stuff. I haven't. Yeah, you have to read the charts for that. Flight attendant advised. Pass signs on. Thrust reversers armed. Landing gear down. Slats flaps. Okay. APU on when you land. Something I'm just learning to get into, really. Terminating. Kill all stewardesses and other members of crew. You've been terminated. So how are we doing on the engines? 75.2. I guess that's it, right? 35% engines. But that's okay. Oil pressure, same on both. Oil temp, same on both. Yeah. Nice. APU is off. Exhaust gas temperature nice and cold at -21, I think that means. Auto inhibit. So Alexei is 236 nautical miles away, right? Still? This flight might be longer than I imagined. What's this we got here? Cruise is Mach 0.78, which I think that we saw that on the screen just a while ago. 0.74, 290, so it can cruise even faster than this then. What are we doing at the moment? 270. Let's stick a bit of motion on that. So I'm going to try and, it says Mach 074, right now we're at Mach 653, see if I can get it up to 74, which will be 290 by the way. When it reaches 290 on the dial here, that should say 740 or something along those lines. The reason I only fly at 24,000 is so I don't have that panic of having to descend from, 30 plus thousand feet. I just don't fancy the thought of that. I need time to react, guys, that's what it is. So we're getting a little bit close to 290. Is that going to say Mach 0.74? I don't think it's going to get there. 290 is this next bit coming up. Well, if it doesn't match, then I don't know why. It's a quiet plane though, isn't it? You know. Oh, and it does have, just back off the throttle just a bit. It does have an interior, which yeah, maybe we can take a look at. And if you change airlines, some of the liveries that you pick, they will change the interior with it. So if, for example, if I pick a Swiss Air livery, then the seats will all have the Swiss Air headrest covers on them, you know. So I haven't actually looked through here before. So let's go through and see what we have. Oh, it's not going to let us. Okay, we'll have to do it with the drone then. Do it with the old droney, which is still looking at that cowl. And I can't move it. Can't move the drone anymore. That's never happened before. We're locked in place, guys. That's a new one on me. Okay, do that one. Going to slow this down. Come on, you stupid menu. Even on the slow speed, this drone is still pretty quick. That might be flashing inside the plane. I don't think so. And there's also, I've seen it where this plane's got leather seats. Everything's leather. Yeah, and the drone is independent of the aeroplane. So if we get bumpy, you know, if we get turbulence, the drone doesn't get affected by it. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is... Oh, it's so difficult. I literally can't slow the drone down. No. It's too sensitive, Microsoft. Are you listening? Yeah, but it does have an interior. You can... The rotate speed you can slow down like this. It looks really... It's fine like this. Very low textures there. That one's higher textures, obviously, because we get to see them. And there I am. Oops, there I was. Scary. So we're hitting 320 now. So again, I'm just going to back that up a little, because we are going some. See the slight curvature of the Earth there? For those who believe it's not flat. I hear the wind as well up here. It's... I'll try and do the descent like you said, DEFCON. So basically the altitude, the amount of altitude you need to drop multiplied by 3. And that's how many miles out you need to start coming down on the 3 degree. Okay. Well, what do we have here? Is this 2 sets of numbers? Is that 2 overwritten there? That looks like a time, 2009. LCH. See, again, I don't know what altitude we're meant to be there. All I can tell is the distances until we reach the airport, basically. See here, these are very short distances. So the only chance I'm really going to get from going high back to low is going to be between LCH and Theta. We've got 98, so 98.7. Yeah, that's 101. 102.4 is that? 102. Yeah, 102 miles out. So, what we can do, if it is 60, I need to drop by, which I think I'd be comfortable with. Then, when we're 30 miles, when LCH is 30 miles behind us, assuming we get a straight line after that, once it's 30 miles behind us, then we'll be 60 away from Theta. I don't know if I'm calculating this right. So, yeah, once LCH is here, because we're 0, and this is 40, so halfway it'll be 20. So once LCH is here, it's 30 behind us. And from Alexei to LCH, no, from LCH to Theta, it's 90 miles. So we should have 60 miles left to go. Would that be about right? Here's our flight director arrows, by the way, these 2 black. Sorry, is it the black or the pink? I think it's the pink, yeah, the pink. So if we now change this to the cross, there you go. Which is good, because then you get your left and rights as well. Yeah, so I don't know what this is, if it's a time or it's weird, because right now it says UTC 2139, which doesn't, I don't know what time it is in Louisiana right now. Let me find out. Okay, so it's 1743 or 7. Where by this 1739. I don't know what this is then. I think there's 2 numbers there that are mixed up, and maybe if we zoom in. Or maybe not. Yeah, normally you have constraints here. Above, below. Here normally you have constraints which can at least help you out. Because this is the thing I'm going to mess up, I think, is when to start descending. Because there's no decel on here. And I don't think that is in its place. There's no decel to tell us when to come down. No top of climb, no top of descent. I don't know. Talking of fuel, do we have a fuel? We do. How are we doing on it? We've got 3,035 kilos of fuel. We've used up this amount. It's not being fed by the APU. It's being fed by the... yeah, and excellent. That's how it should look. Am I playing in real time? I think so, yeah. I believe it is. I'll just double triple check. Maybe not. No, it's not. Ah, that doesn't help. If I hit this, it's going to just upset things a little bit. Okay. Now it's live. So yeah, 1741 there. Hasn't really changed much though. We've got live weather, live time. Yeah, I thought we were set up. That looks really nice, doesn't it? It's a lovely plane. I wanted this plane basically for on air for my fantasy airline, because this plane would be a great profit maker in that it's a fast jet. It can take a good number of passengers when you're not flying something like an Airbus, and it will also take a good amount of cargo. So it sits in between that, you know, private jet or that Grand Caravan kind of size and the Airbus, and this is kind of in between. It's not the size of a commercial jet, but it can take a sizable amount of people and cargo. And so I decided I was going to pick this one. And yeah, I waited a few months before I could get it. And here it is. Finally. It was worth, let's put it this way, it was worth the wait, but I wish I didn't have to, had to have waited. But it is, yeah, it's a fantastic plane. Just got to learn it all. And especially when it comes to filing in like flight plans, because you kind of sort of have to do it manual. Because, well, yeah, there is a SimBrief import option. It's a little bit fiddly. Like I said, I tried it. I double checked. I checked more than one source on how to do it, and I double triple checked my work, where the file's supposed to sit, and how SimBrief is supposed to export it, all of that. Okay, it switched to data. It flashed up on here. It tells us here we got 91 miles. So as soon as this, what was it, LCH, reaches roughly down here, I'm going to begin my descent of 3 degrees. See what happens. Because when we hit Theta, then we've got, let me see, 11 here and 11 there, so calculated that wrong, didn't I? Okay, never mind. 1.1 there and 11, so 12.1. And then this bit, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what vect is. Just vector, I guess. 43, which is the same, so it probably won't. Yeah, what is this? This is all on the same heading? Okay, so we got 12, 18, let's call that 19, 20, 21, 22.7, 23, 24.9. Yeah, so 24 miles. That's a long time to be at 4,000 feet though. Okay. Maybe we'll let it run to the outer ring and see where we go from there. Well, hey ho, we have a constraint. 2,800. So we're at 24. Okay. So if we were at 28, we'd have to drop 20,000 feet. No, we wouldn't. Let me just get my calculator because I can't be asked to do it in my head. So we're currently sitting at 24,000. And we want to come down to 2,800. Level 28. So 21,200. Okay, that's how much we have to drop. Multiply that by 3. 63.6. So yeah, 63.6, and it's 90.3, so 63, 73, 80, so 27. Okay, so that means I want to change this range. LCH just gone over the 20 marker. So I think we start descending, right? So let's get the altitude on. Let's just bring it down to 3,000. Was that? Oh, wait a minute, we can go 2.8. Now, if I choose vertical speed, see, this is feet per minute, not degrees. But I can work it out by what it's doing here. So if I come down, I want to ideally get this line somewhere. We've got 10, we've got 5. I want to get it just there, below that first line there. This is so awkward, man. Come on. So why is it going up? Damn you. Okay, so we want to come down to that first. Oh, sod off. Come down to that first line. Which is 2.5. Just go a little bit more to there. That seems a bit quick. Coming down at 2,300 feet a minute. Then again, we're only 53 nautical miles away from Tater now. So this might be just about right. Clearly I don't mean these scrolls. I'm backing off, Got to back off on the speed. Let's put some speed brakes on. Slow this thing down. I don't know if this is going to work, but if it does, I'll be amazed. That might explain the 2040. I don't know though, because we're way off in terms of like the local time, coming up to 1,800 hours. I don't know. No idea. We need to descend a little bit quicker, I think, according to this. Actually, no. According to me, we need to descend quicker. Let's bring it to 3. Round it off. 3,000 feet a minute. Once we get under 10,000, then it's setting the landing lights. Also checking out the wheels. Making sure the wheels are out. Flaps. Flaps under 8,000, I think, and then just go from there. It's all going to turn to jelly. This isn't going to work, guys. I'll be amazed if it actually lines us up with the runway. Never mind us getting our descent right. If I was running something where I could see my descent profile on the map, on a map, it might be handy. But I don't have that luxury. But the sky vector thing worked out pretty well. Now we need the we need to get the QNH for Louisiana. I don't know how to find that out straight away. Baton Rouge. I do have an app on my phone, but I don't know if it gives you the updated. Oh, wait a minute. What if we tune in? It's Ryan. Ryan is the airport we're going to. But I don't know if it's going to be on this list. I think we're well too far away from it. But what if I chose Houston? Nope. That's not what I wanted. So
Air Shuttle 6077, you are at 0 miles west. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 29er approach by a Hotel Romeo Victor transition.
I don't know.
Clear to Hotel Romeo Victor.
In the Airbus, you can just request the weather from here. But the Airbus is like a flying computer. It does that.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 29er approach by a Hotel Romeo Victor transition. Clear to Hotel Romeo Victor Air Shuttle 6077.
So I'm just putting in. Why is it whenever you want to get some load up an app and get some information quickly, it always say, do you want to review this app now or later or whatever? Okay, so airport. Okay, trying to find out the QNH. It's not going to matter too much really, but it'd be nice to have it. Yeah, weather. Come on. I'm just trying to look online, see if I can find something live. QNH, it just tells me what format it's in. It doesn't tell me the actual weather observation. It should be in there. Yes, 3014. Yahoo! So we need to go. Oh, hold on. See, you don't get rid of the yoke on this, it drops. That's brilliant. So we want to go to 3014 then. That might stop it clicking. That was 3014. There we go. Look at the altitude we're at, guys. Okay, now I'm just getting a little bit lost here because the altitude needs to be so. No. I've kind of got control of this plane at the moment. probably didn't need to do
Delta
that.
1337, you are 9 or 2 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 29er approach via Hotel Romeo Victor transition.
Oh my god.
Clear to Hotel
Jesus.
Romeo
Come on,
Victor.
Rusty. Get it together, son. Is she talking to me? Because I'm Delta.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 29er approach via Hotel Romeo Victor transition. Clear to Hotel Romeo Victor Delta 1337.
Come on, hurry up. Well, there it is.
Generic 7 Delta Hotel contact Ryan departure on 120.3. Good day.
So we're here at the moment. 0.4 from Tater. And now I definitely need to zoom in because this range is no longer of any use to me.
120.3 for generic 7 Delta Hotel.
What is going on here? What is going on here, man? Go set, hog 2. Oh, Ibecky, okay. Okay, I know what that is. That's something else we don't need to bother about. So we're going to hit this. We need to be at 2,000 now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
There's so many things I've forgotten. Is this thing actually going to line up?
Houston Center generic November.
When it does this turn, that's it.
Is at 9,400
Final turn.
feet, climbing 10.
And then I'm going to take over.
Generic November 627 Delta Hotel Houston Center altimeter 30.14 continue as planned.
It's all gonna get decided right now, whether we line up or not. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's hog 2 and then the runway straight in. There it is. I'm just going to adjust my seat and I'm going to disconnect the autopilot. I have the aircraft. Wish me luck, guys. I'll be very happy if I make this landing. I'm happy enough that we lined up on the runway. This is it for me. I don't care. I can probably crash and it doesn't matter. The fact that I got this thing lined up on the runway or to the runway. I need to make the staff call, but I don't know where the button is. I can never remember where the damn thing is, and it's probably not a good idea to do it right now anyway.
Delta 26905 contact Houston Center on 133.5. Good day.
Okay, we're now at flaps 2. Just trying to squinch this thing over a little bit.
6905.
How did that stewardess know when to make that call? think we're a bit high according to the pappy lights from what I can see here. Come on, don't get squidgy on me now, frame rates. Oh, we're too low.
400. Terrain.
Generic 7 Delta Hotel, contact Houston Center on 133.5. Good day.
Now we're way too high. I overcompensated there. Big time. Still going for it though, don't care.
133.5 for generic 7 Delta Hotel.
300.
No, I'm not going to pull up. We're doing this.
200.
Pull up.
100.
Sink rate.
50. 40. 30.
Too low. Flaps.
20. 10.
Ooh! Sugar and lips. Is there a... No, there's a taxiway there.
Ryan Ground, Rusty Romeo 026 taxi to parking.
Ryan Airport information Kilo 23000 Zulu. Wind 350 at 17. Visibility 10. Sky
Please
conditions
remain
clear.
seated until the aircraft
Temperature
has come to a
22.
complete stop.
Dew point 10. Altimeter tree 0.14. Visual.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking using taxiway Charlie cross runway tree 1 cross runway 22 right Alpha Rusty Romeo 026.
Thanks to everybody who's stuck with me, for sticking with me, literally, getting through this. It went better than I anticipated. Let's get these flaps in now. I knew it. I knew I would miss the parking. So, let's put the brakes up and get everything I want to do, and then we'll carry on. We're going to get the APU on. 1, 2, 3, go. I don't know why this still says available. Not even gonna worry about it. Where was our taxiway then that we missed so badly? What did you want me in, that dark bit of tarmac? No, we haven't missed it. Why have the arrows suddenly stopped then? Yeah. Okay, let's request ground services. Are you kidding? Okay, nothing then. I don't know where to go from here. I've never seen taxi arrows just stop in the middle of nowhere. I've never seen that before. If we carry on going, I guess I can park it up here. It's the only place. Oh, go away. It's the only place. It's so weird. I know I put the parking brakes on. And then, yes, they were off. Yeah, and did you hear the stewardess when we landed about to keep your devices turned off and all that stuff? Pretty cool. But there was one message that they also say, which, at least one, that I know of, that didn't come out. No, DEFCON, gotta finish this flight properly. See if we can get on the line. There it is. Now it's picked up again, look. So how's my wheel on that center line? Okay, a little bit to the left. So there puts me with the center line above the edge of this sticker. That's when my wheel is centered. Yep, that's good to know. Okay, just get a reference point between the line and something on the plane so you know where to be. Again, maximum supposed to be 25 knots. I am going a little bit quicker than that. Ooh, sugar and lips. Sugar and lips. I thought we were going all the way to the end there. There, okay. We're going this way. And the sun is setting. Oh, now we're going back this way again. Jesus. You're taking me on all these unexpected turns. What the hell have you got me doing here? Did you seriously just put me onto the runway only to come back off it again? That's mad. What are you doing? The only reason that I could think that could happen is if there's other traffic on there and I have to go around it. But we're pretty empty. Now we don't taxi to the gates obviously because you can't have a jetway pulling up onto this thing. So it has to go to a parking and all that stuff. Doesn't this have a hood? I don't know. I don't think so. The only plane I know that's got one, I think, is the Dreamliner, right? Okay, so the APU is on. I just want to double, triple confirm that before we let anybody out of this plane. Is there one here for this? Oh, you son of a bitch! Keep the hell still. I'm always engaging this parking brake, and it is always on the move. 4 times that's done that to me now. I don't know what it thinks it's doing. I park it with the front brakes, with the wheel brakes, and then my finger clicks on the parking brake. And the next thing I know, I'm moving. It's ridiculous. So let's just forget this bit happened. I've also got some new ground vehicles as well with they're not boring blue and red and stuff. Right, parking brake set. It's yellow. That means it's set. It is set. Parking brake is set. Right. APU is definitely 100% not functioning. Up she comes, so we'll just wait for that. A wedgie. Yeah, just about fit under there as well. Okay, APU is open, ready to go. We can now shut down the engines. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this and then let the passengers out or what, but we'll get the engine shut off. And then we'll get the door open.
Door.
And you can choose whether to have the guardrails up or down. There you go. Now, I'm pretty sure, see, it says passenger door. It doesn't like the fact that I've opened it right now. How the hell did you manage to grab this, the spoilers just then? The flaps just then. Wow. Shut up. I'm busy. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal items and carry-on luggage.
Well, we got that up, and there comes all of the stuff. Now then, shutting all this down is another thing. I'm not going to bother with all of it, because like I say, I've got a lot of learning to do on this plane yet. I have plenty to learn. So what we can do is, now it says connected. Is it? It's not. So now it says removed. Okay, now connect again. Come on, stick it in reverse, lad, and let's get over here. I've got to program my next flight in. This is backwards. This is backwards, this ground power thing. Maybe it's having a mix-up. It says connected, okay? It could be mixing up between that and this. If I call that over now, he's going to come over. And then, hopefully, the two are going to match up. Who's driving this? Get that cable attached on. Oof. Hey, watch the paint. Where are you going? Stop, 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 stop. Just connect it like that. Just stay like that. There you go. Where's the power line? Let's just pretend you've got it done. Alright, let's get the cargo open because the passengers want their luggage. No? Fine. They opened another door. No. Okay, we'll do it in the plane. There it is. And we've got some parcels as well, so we're going to open the aft door here. We did bring some parcels with us. That would be me driving right there, says Frankie. Yeah, Stevie Wonder driving, probably. Alright. So if the electric power is connected, then I'm happy with that, and we can shut the APU off. Pumps off. Yeah, that's it. So we can just shut it off, really. Shut that off. Oh, good. And it seems I can't move anymore. You see these numbers here? Oh, there we go. Game just froze up a little bit. I probably should have turned some of the lights off, but we'll be alright. We'll survive. Now, before we go, guys, ding, 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 Aersoft. Oh, I didn't close the doors, did I? No. Ah, screw it. I don't know if we can close them with without power. I love iPads. Okay, that battery's good, eh? Still 99%. It's a brilliant jet. It really is. It's the only planes I want to fly right now are the study level ones. You know, the Airbus, and the one that scares me is that DC-6 though. That's a complex thing, and there's worse to come. In terms of complexity, guys, there is worse to come. It's coming. I don't know when. It's going to be a while, I think. But 2 planes I can tell you are coming, and Roger's going to appreciate one of them. The first one, Concorde, as we know, I've already seen a screenshot of the interior, and it's exactly like I expected. Just like I said, it's got dials and buttons, buttons and dials, and the dials have got buttons, and the buttons have got more dials, and it's just crazy. I mean, in Concorde, you have just dials all over, top, here, hundreds of them, and that's not enough. Here, there's no door. Well, not there, it's further back, because here you've got a little corridor with another wall of dials and buttons and dials and buttons. It's crazy. Crazy. So I don't know how we're supposed to manage that. Hopefully there's going to be like the Douglas DC-6 where we have an in-plane flight officer and an engineer that can do it all for us. Hey Aquatic, how you doing? Nice to see you, man. And the other one that's coming, and I think based on the company who's doing it, well, I can't remember who it is actually, but it might be study level. Get ready for this one. If you know the plane, you'll know it. The SR-71 Blackbird is coming to MSFS. Ooh, if you know what that plane is, you'll know. SR-71 is coming to MSFS. I don't know what stage it's at. I don't know how far the modeling is on, but that is coming to this sim. When I found out, I thought, oh baby, because we mentioned it in the last flight sim stream about the plane always leaking. That plane is crazy. I mean, speed-wise, the altitude it can reach. It was a spy plane, right? That one? Oh, yeah, I'll be getting that plane, don't you worry. Yeah, SR-71 is coming. So, all right, this has been good. That flight actually worked out better. There was a few teething troubles, but it's only when you get mistakes or the things don't go right, and that's when you learn things in the plane. Now, one thing I want to show you guys just before, because I did buy it, as well as the Bombardier, we have to call it. We can't say Bombardier because it's French, so we have to say Bombardier. Fair enough. So this is the other one, the 550, which is slightly smaller. And I downloaded all the liveries I wanted for these two before I got the plane. Because I knew I was getting it. I got a couple, now I'm going to be truthful, I got a couple of Aer Lingus ones here. I think this is an older one, and I think on the other one, on the 550, I've got a more modern one, I think. I got the Aer Lingus ones just so I can do flights from Ireland, just in case Andy K it might appeal to Andy K. That's the only reason I got the Aer Lingus ones. So we've got those. We got Qantas and the classic American Eagle one, the KLMs. Of course, we've got British Airways down here. We've got a couple of those. Nostrum. That looks like the old Iberia livery. I think it is, isn't it? Nostrum is Iberia. Anyway, so you got the old British Airways thing there, the Landor one, and the Maersk British Airways one, which I really look forward to see that. Few Air Canadas here. Another Iberia. I got plenty of liveries. I downloaded a lot for this plane. Yeah, Andy. Ah, yeah, you see, I did think of you, man. And I was going through it and I saw Aer Lingus and I thought, yeah, got to do some flights. I think one of the main airports in Flight Sim anyway is Dublin, but I know that's a bit far away from you. Let's go to aircraft selection, go to the 550, because I want to show you the Gatwick airport that I bought. And if this is the one that has got the new Aer Lingus on there, see again we've got two of these. These are done by different authors, so I'm just really curious to see which one I prefer. They both look the same to me, but they might be, I don't know. But I want to see which one I prefer. I'm sure I got two Aer Lingus liveries. Can't see it at the moment, unfortunately. These look exactly the same. I thought I bought one. I thought I got a Aer Lingus one for each plane. Unless I failed to unpack it properly. Because I did pack them all, unpack them all at the same time. So let's go to Gatwick. Or I'll double check that. And we'll go to... I want to go to a parking, really. Not to a gate. I don't want to be 600 miles away either, so let's get in here. We will make it daytime. Now, the downside of this scenery, and it is payware, this Gatwick, it's on the marketplace. I think it was £15, this one. It's not freeware, but it looked really good, so I bought it. But the downside, as you can see, and I hope they fix it, is that it takes away all the buildings on the map, which is just slightly bizarre. The default scenery for Gatwick doesn't have the sky bridge, but this one does. So let's check this out. Is this a pond hopper? I think it does 4,000 kilometers. You could probably do it, but you'd probably have to refuel or land at a midway point. Like, I don't know if it's Greenland or Iceland. No, Greenland probably, I don't know. Or Iceland. One of the two. Iceland maybe. I don't know. Canada. Don't know. Maybe. The Airbus A32NX can do it if you fill the tanks up. I also have the Airbus A330, which is a bigger version of the 320, and it's freeware, and it's got the A32NX circuitry and electrics and electronics in it, so it flies pretty well. I don't think it's as up to date as the latest A32NX, but I don't expect it to be. But it is free and it is bigger. In fact, I can show you that after this if you wish. How close did we park here? So this is the payware Gatwick. Let me just run it through with the droney. So yeah, a lot of HSBC stuff. There's the plane with the British Airways livery on it. That always looks kind of cool. America's, of course, is a famous company. Oh, you've probably heard of it. Wow, look at the low. Here, there's the Sky Bridge, which you don't get on the default livery. Let's just pop this up here. Yeah, so this was $14.99, I believe. Comes with new ground markings, and it's just a lot better. I was parked over there before, but you don't get to see these buildings and the thing. I maybe just see if I can find a way to contact the author, but I'm sure he must know already. So here we have the actual Skybridge, which, as I said already, this isn't You know what this is on the default scenery? In the default scenery, what they've done, because you know, I guess it's just the computer just guesses it and estimates it or something. It's a jetway. It's a jetway that stretches across here. It is. That's what it is. This looks like an ostrich foot, doesn't it? You got the well, actually, it's a dog's paw with a big thin. I don't know what that is. What's going on with the bloody weather? Anyway, yeah. So I wanted Gatwick because the only reason I bought it, I don't normally buy airports really, but I bought this one because I do take off and land, or take off mainly from here a lot. I use it a lot, so I don't bother buying airports that I'm never going to take off from, especially ones where you, for example, you buy the airport and then you take off and land from it once and then you never use it again. I don't know if there's any interior here in this airport. There may be, but I don't know which building to look in if there is, because you've got some airports have got interiors, don't they? But I don't know if this one does. That certainly doesn't have anything. Yeah. So, yeah, no, nothing on this one. I didn't think there was. I don't remember seeing any screenshots of it. Got some construction going on here, as always. So I thought it would be cool to have this. Okay, so let's check out the other Airbus. You'll see how much bigger it is compared to the 320. It's completely freeware. Available on flightsim.to. So if we pick selection, just go with 330. There she is, the A330-900. And look at the range on this thing. So this thing will go over the Atlantic easily. The Airbus A320 will. It will do Heathrow to New York. It'll do it. Maybe we can do it one day. If you guys are up for something like that. It's going to be 80% autopilot over the Atlantic though. Maybe can fly to Newfoundland. From where though, aquatic? You'd have to give me a source and a destination. And then yes, we can set one up, definitely. So these liveries come with the vehicle. The vehicle. There's your Portuguese one, which I think I've actually seen that livery on a plane live. Yeah, this plane will definitely get the job done. So let's do Gatwick again. Well, let's do Heathrow. Runway 27R. That's the thing with these aeroplanes. Microsoft Flight Sim sometimes just isn't capable of starting the plane up properly, like it needs to be started up. You know, running through all those buttons, it just does a quick thing to get stuff running. But there's so many switches and stuff that aren't moved, so I don't think we can do it that way. Yeah, Jeffrey. Oh, maybe we'll do it. I'd like to do a transatlantic flight. Doing it in the Airbus A320 would be cool. But all that stuff, you know, like importing your flight plan from SimBrief, getting the weather via the printer, and putting it out on as a little note, all that stuff that the A32NX gives you. You can have that here on the A330. So, yeah, kudos to the guys at Fly-by-Wire for allowing the guy who made this plane to use their coding. I don't know how up to date it is, because the fly-by-wire one, I have a launcher for that, and it gets updated, because I use the development version of that plane, and it gets updated almost every day. This one, you'd have to keep checking on the website, I suppose. Los Angeles to Hawaii, yeah. I'd like to do, at one point I would like to do a round the world trip, but it would have to be in a fast plane. I don't want to do it in a Piper Arrow, because it would just become too tedious as the months went by. I'd want to do it in maybe like a jet or something. All right, so here is Heathrow Airport. Yikes, there's a lot of cars there. But it's Heathrow. And this is your Airbus. Slightly larger than the 320. Just a little. Not much, just a little. Yeah, it's a big plane. But it's exactly similar inside. Not totally similar. The displays are grey instead of black. And we've got some buttons here which are not on the 320. The brightness is, you've got the PFD brightness here, but you've also got it here. I think that's non-functional. Navigation display, but that's here. So this is pretty much your A320 layout. So I'm very familiar with this. Got fuse box, breaker box beyond there. But yeah, this is very familiar. I mean, I start this up the same way as I start up the A320, except no electronic flight bag, even though it's not a bag. It's like when you call a notebook a notebook. It's not a book, and I don't use it for taking notes. But you can see just by the size of the windows compared to the body on how much bigger this plane is and how many more passengers this thing takes on. This is a big jet. I wish we had a A320 near us for comparison, but we don't. But yeah, firing this up is pretty much the same. If we can do something really quick, just turn it on, get some ground power, get these. Now, how long is this going to take then? Because on the iPad, it normally gives me the option to make it quicker. I don't have that option, so I guess I'm waiting the full 7 minutes or whatever it is. Oh, 2 minutes. They've cut it down. Brilliant. Let's see. Get this to the point. I don't plan really to fly with this, but yeah, so the displays are a little bit different. But, you know, the fact that they're the backlighting, because on the other ones they're black, aren't they? And these ones are more. Whoops. These ones are more greyish. But because it's based on the A32NX engine, I'm instantly familiar with it, which is great. Okay, so we have that, we have that, we have that. So now APU, 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, and started. Okay, what do we need? Put the nav light on. The wing light on. I do these whether I need to or not, because I know I'm going to forget later. Beacon on, because I'm going to be starting the engines. Crew supply with oxygen. Does this work? Okay, we got a ding, but there's no voice unless I did it at the wrong time. Could fly from London to St. Louis, Missouri with that range. Yeah, it's long, isn't it? You have any plans to fly anywhere international in real life in the next year or two? No. No plans. I'm not much of a plan. I don't plan for the weekend. Never mind in 2 years. No, I don't like to fly. Well, as I've said, that's not quite true. I like flying. I like being in the plane, looking out the window. It's so cool. It's just that thought that if anything goes wrong... Oh, turn that off. Yeah, just in case anything goes wrong, I get a little bit phobia about that, you know. Do we have noisy wipers? Do they work? No, that would explain why there's no noise. Because the so squeaky, the other ones. Right, let's get this thing fired up. Nice and easy in this plane. This is easier to fly than that bloody CRJ. Are you going to build any pressure anytime soon? Or have I forgotten something? Oh, I have! Silly arse. I did. Yeah, it kind of helps if you put the fuel pumps on. Kind of goes a bit better that way. But at least I remembered what it was, guys. At least I remembered. And the APU bleed as well needs to be on. Jesus. Right, now we're good. Gee, what? Right, what's next? I forgot you were there. Okay, now we can go. Now we can expect some numbers, I hope. PSI going up. There we go. Come on. Come on. Push. Look at the weight of this thing. It's a little bit heavier than the other Airbus. You see, look, APU is open to this engine here. And there she spins. Awesome. Okay, it's in the green. Happy with that. Engine 2. Terrain on and the constraints. See, there's just buttons here, and I just know constraints. I know what it does. I know why it's there, and it's just, this plane is so much easier for me now. I've made so many strides with learning this plane and all of its little intricacies, even programming this in. I should be able, if it allows it, to bring in the flight we just did because I think that was my last sim brief file plan, which was the Austin, Texas to Baton Rouge. That should be in here. Let's see if we can bring this in. I think it already knows my sim brief details, so let's see. There it is. Austin and BTR, Baton Rouge. So that flight plan is now filed. One problem though, we're in Heathrow. So yeah, we're not going to go too far with that. Next page. All good. And we'll launch that in there. Launches the flight plan up. There we go. Beautiful. This just is like, it's like effortless for me now. Now the extra time thing comes in. I'll get that there. Oops, not field prediction. Let's go to performance. Flaps 2, I think I'm going to use for this one. Big plane. Flex temperature, oh, you don't like it. Okay. 2/, would that work? Ooh, now what are we going to do here? It's not letting the flaps go in. Normally on the Airbus 320 you just have to put the number and you don't need to bother with this. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. It's not going to let it go in, is it? Okay, let's try. Zero two. No. Two. I don't know. I don't know why that's not going in, because without that, without the flaps, you can't calculate. I don't think it'll allow these numbers to go in, will it? Oh, dear. Flex to temp, I'm gonna. Ooh, sugar. I don't know why it won't let the flaps go in. Or the flex to temp. Is that because it's not up to date, or something's not right there? I can't program these two at all. Flex to temp 60 is a valid entry, and it's not taking it. And it's not even taking the flaps entry either. I don't know why. It's clearly bugged out a little bit. Oh dear. That's not good. Not good at all. Not even going to bother with ILS frequency because don't need it right now. Yeah, that's a bit annoying, that, because once you put those figures in and then you get your extra time, how much extra fuel you'll have on board. We've got 55.8 right now. Is it 558? Perfect. It's nowhere near as advanced as the A320. No way. It's lagging behind by quite a bit, I would say. Oh, wait a minute though. Yeah, this will do the printout. We'll get that queued up. And then go to weights and balances. Refuel. This isn't going to work very well because that's supposed to refuel you for the flight. And it has done it actually. That's how much fuel, which is 2 tons of more fuel than the CRJ used. So that's how much fuel it needs to get from Austin to Baton Rouge, and our gross weight has come down quite a bit as well. Okay, Rog, I won't be too much longer anyway. So let's put the flight plan thing in there. We've already done that anyway. So don't need that. Let's go back to the perf. See if it'll take our flaps yet. No, it's not having that at all. Now the V speeds, we can just program them in. Sugar. Let's get rid of everything here. I'm just guessing. I don't know what they are. Oh, really? It's not letting me put them in manually either. Great. Yeah, this plane is a little bit behind the other. So let's start ticking these things off. Flaps in takeoff config. Well, we can do that manual. It may beep at us. No, it's happy with that. What? Somebody just spoke there. Okay, it's ready to go. Want to hear it? way to go? Well, the runway's to my left. Wow, the lag on this is crazy.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Oh, you're going to lift this up? Good luck. It will. It probably lift it up too high, actually. Heathrow looks to be done quite nicely. Far better than what the Gatwick was. The Gatwick airport modelling was. Looks really good here, Heathrow.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
I'll take off with this, but I won't.
Brakes are set.
I won't do a flight. I just want you to see the
Brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
this thing lift off. Don't go too high now.
By for pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brake set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Yeah, we've done that already. Okay, DEFCON, take care, matey. I don't know how long that message was. Hope I didn't miss it. Now there's a taxi line here. You probably noticed that my taxi lines are a bit more faded than normal. That's because I've introduced some third-party lines which make them not so bright and oversaturated. Yes, construction and cranes. That's very British. Push me forward. Actually, I think you can stop here.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set.
Which would be the easiest way for the runway? This way, wouldn't it? So if we take the first taxiway
Startup is complete. You may
and then the second part.
Roger. Good engine
Yeah.
start.
Okay.
Disconnect. See you at the side. Have a
I know
good flight.
where to go.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
It's a bit early putting those flaps down, but we're good to go. Alright, let's roll this out. I'm not sure if it does have a different sound than the 320. And by that I mean the standard 320 in the game, not the fly-by-wire. Fly-by-wire I think brings its own sounds now. It does bring its own sounds actually. So yeah, in terms of size, this is definitely a much bigger plane. You know, in terms of its width, its length, its everything. I expected the cockpit to feel a little bit bigger, but I don't know if it does. The cockpit feels the same size as the 320 does. I don't know. Is it bigger that way? Maybe. Maybe. get permission for anything here. Taking off from 27R. Apron. No. Line it up here. Come on. Come on. I know you're big, but get yourself around. Jesus. Turning circle is a little bit dodgy on this. Right, let's just go. We're not bang in the middle, but it will be fine. So, everything good? Yeah, no voices on this. Let's go. And full power. Yeah, it sounds like the standard sounds to me. Doesn't sound like the A32 NX. I think the 320 is a little bit more rattly. Talking of which, she's a big bird, that's for sure. Climbing a bit too quick. Lever into climb. Nice. Plane's happy. Oh, is that some reservoir or something? What the hell is all that? Just outside of Heathrow there. So there she is, freeware, free plane. Yeah, there's a few things missing off the MCDU. You can program in your flight plan from SimBrief, which is great, but there's a few options, of course, that we saw didn't get filled in very well. So we've got to fly 4,221 miles to get to Austin first, or get to the JJO first waypoint. Won't be doing that today. How about just while we're up here, make things a little bit interesting. Let's go down to the WPPs. I've not used this for a while. Tropical storm. Strong gusts. Yeah, but it's I think we're overspeeding, guys. Blizzard. Are we overspeeding? No, we're not. ADAS standby. Is that all you're whinging about? Yeah, we're kind of above that weather. Anything else? Like dense clouds? No, I want some heavy rain. Wow, that got dark quick. But again, it's like we're above it. What else do we got here? Snowstorm. Again, we're above it. It does look kind of white down there. Do we pop underneath? See what there is. And there's all this weird stuff as well, this weird lighting I notice on this plane. Oh, I'm going crazy here, guys. Look at the speed we have here. It's all under control in Rusty Airways. We are really motoring now. Yeah, I was expecting, you know, ice, rain on the windscreen, less visibility, a lot less. Anyway, there you go. Bit of fun. Yeah, that's the Airbus. Just waiting for it to catch up now, if it ever is going to. Okay. I not want to quit, but I'm going to. Alright guys, so yeah, hope you enjoyed the flight with the CRJ. I did. I'm going to be learning more about it, and I just hope that anything that I learn going into my head isn't going to make me forget things about the Airbus. Because learning the nuances of every plane, it's a lot to remember. But I think once you've got one plane like the Airbus where it just becomes second nature, you know, you probably won't forget that if you do enough flights in it. I need to do more flights in the Airbus yet, just to really keep myself on top of everything what's going on. I don't know what's happened here. I pressed escape to quit, but it's just frozen. So I guess we have a little bit of a crash there. Hey, Razor Firefly. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I know I don't get many views or whatever on the flight sim stuff, but I like to do it, so I am going to keep doing it on my channel. So all being well, tomorrow will be Elite Dangerous Odyssey as usual, and there is no Formula One, so it may be at a different time, an earlier time than usual, and we'll see what comes well with Elite Dangerous. So until then, guys, take care. I wish I could change this image. Oh, here we go. It's caught up. Yeah, so until then, guys, take care. Hope you've had a decent evening, and I haven't left it too late. I know it's 1 o'clock now, but we're 3 hours 30 in, which is not bad considering it took me an hour and a half to get the bloody plane rolling. Until then, guys, then, take care. Thanks for your company today, and I'll catch you next time. See you, everyone. Bye for now.